like a couple of floggers that I had, and I was spanking him. After I spanked it, I know I have to feel all these burns because I am not rubbing that shit.
Never got together. I did. I went to a strip club one time. Welcome to the Sisterhood of the Traveling House Slippers podcast, where two sisters keep it real, laugh a little louder, and talk about life, love, healing, and everything in between. Grab your favorite slippers, get comfortable, and let's get started. The apartments across the street from us where we are now, me and Eric we had a time, Rhasha. We had a time. It was so bad because the one lady that I befriended, older lady, she has a little dog, and I would see her all the time, and she loved Mo. And she had how's with a Mo doing? He's so cute. But she had a mini schnauzer, and for a whole year. When I walk past the house, she had a bottom floor. It was winning. She, hey girl, how you doing? I think she was a nice Jewish lady. 3 days. I hadn't seen her in 3 days. Before the third day, the second day, it had to have been like maybe 2:00. This shadow figure just comes in the door room, and it's very slow. And walked to the end of the bed, and I was coming up here. And mind you, I'm in this state where I can see Eric next to me, and I can't say anything. It's like I'm trying to tell him to wake me up.
And like you, what's that thing called?
Paralysis.
Yeah,
or whatever. But I can see. I can't move. I can see he was looking. He was wide awake, looking at me, trying to soothe my arms. And I'm trying to tell him, wake me up. And then he pushed me hard enough, and I woke up. But when he did that, it hurt so bad to come out of that. And I was telling him, babe, if you see me doing that, I need you to wake me up because I'm seeing things. And so it was back to back. And then the next day, thing comes around my bed. I was able to say, I'm not ready. And Rhasha, don't you know, is that okay?
Wow.
I knew it was her because it was a female voice. It said, okay. And she just back.
Wow.
And because I was still it's not convulsing, but in paralysis, he immediately touched me and did something, and I woke up and I told him, explained it. During at that same time, he was seeing stuff. He was doing the same thing and waking up, screaming. Here's the thing. He sees the actual person.
Oh, fuck that.
He sees the actual person. And you would think, okay, was it medication I'm taking or whatever? No, it's not, because when he was younger, he would also tell me this and that. So my belief is we all have the ability, but it depends on the person of how vivid it becomes. Some people lose their complete innocence. And when I say innocence, your thought patterns, the things you say, how you treat people, how you treat the earth, 9 times out of 10, those people will not be able to see. It's more of
NPCs.
Yeah, the NPCs. The NPCs aren't going to see. They just going to go through life just, I don't care.
Right.
Those of us that are empath, we feel with our hearts. We don't discriminate against nobody. The first thing when we see you, we don't see that you're white, you're black, you're Mexican. We don't see that. We see you as a person until you show us who you truly are.
Yeah.
We respect the earth. We understand God, or whatever you call the being that we're here to protect what he's given us.
Yeah.
And so we treat his other creations, who we assume are lesser than us, we treat them with the respect.
Yeah.
Like with any native like culture, if you have to kill a deer or something, you tell them, thank you for providing, and you utilize the whole thing, the whole animal.
Yep.
Thank them for providing for you.
Yep.
You know, you do that. If you cut a tree, you replant it. You don't litter. You don't disrespect his creation for us and his other creatures. And then a lot of people that are our way, you know, we feel, and we're the outcasts. And then you carry an energy and aura. Like, I don't know, like there are some people, and I so badly want to connect with people because I've seen a lot on, you know, and I'll watch issues. I don't watch like the news and all that stuff because it's just, but there are people, there's this one creator, and I don't know because I don't pay attention to names or whatever. She can see like what's wrapped around you. We all don't see things the same. But in some way it is, but it's shown to us in the way we can take it in.
Yeah.
You know, so like you saying how you explain what you were explaining about the three triads or whatever. I understand that, exactly what you're saying. It presented to you in the way you could understand it.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
I mean, it is. But the thing is that people don't think we all have it. Some are just stronger minded because a lot of us that see things, we're on antidepressants. You know, depression, anxiety, because you think there's something wrong with you.
Now, let me ask you something real deep. Now, you say, you know, me and you, we have this seeing, this understanding. What is the difference of, do you feel like our sibling that's going through what she's going through, maybe also when they say she has, like, I understand she may have some low vibrational personalities, and she may be that type of way. Okay, but as far as like the schizophrenia where you're seeing entities, maybe if she's having those things and she doesn't know how to process them, and so she kind of, the way she is, doesn't want to feel like an outsider, and she doesn't know how to communicate it because she doesn't want to fit outside of the box because she's very, oh, let me follow the Joneses type person. So it caused her to maybe go deeper into something. Like, do you feel like maybe that could be something that's a part of what she's going through? You know, like, is that part? Because I know, like, you know, I don't, I feel that, you know, she's the type of person she is. You know, narcissism is real, you know, that she's that person. But it could be an underline of something as far as also, it could be something that she doesn't quite understand and she doesn't want to feel, you know, because we never talked about it amongst her. We never had that conversation with her, you know, about what we experienced. Because, you know, and there's sometimes I've had said a little something, but she would shrug it off as like, you know, it's not believable, or she doesn't want to have people look at her, this kind of thing. So she dismisses it. Like, she doesn't want to, sort of like how Jayla do. You tell her, okay, you know, she got an understanding, and she's like, no, whatever, like that dismissive. So she has that. So maybe I feel like, aside from her being the type of person that she is, which may not be the best type of person, but I feel that that may also be a trigger for her as well, is to that part of whatever she's going through. Like,
honestly, Rhasha, yeah, she just doesn't know how to, strong enough to handle. And we are not ones to openly express. That's a good analysis, because for me, I'm an empathic person, and as we've discussed over the years, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I feel every day. I feel the sadness. I feel the tears. I feel the anger. I feel the disappointment. Every day. Every day. But you can't force anyone to acknowledge things, and you can't force anyone to talk about things unless they're ready and they want to. Because from my interpretation, people who are sensitive to things like that, like us, you either come out of it strong, like I said, because it takes a strong mind and you have to be mentally strong in order to deal with those things. And because it's normally a taboo, you're labeled crazy and other things, evil and all that stuff, which at all, it's not. You're not. You handle it in the best way you can.
Yeah.
Because you don't want nobody to think you crazy. But then if your mind isn't strong, you display the schizophrenic. You say certain things that, and we'll never discuss that, you know, and based off of conversations I've had with both mommy and daddy, they're the same way too.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's in the family.
Yeah.
In the family. But as for our line, for our family, they were struggling. They were struggling and dealing with, you know, the segregation and coming up, because like we're the first generation, if you want to be honest, out of slavery. When I say slavery, I'm including Jim Crow. I'm including until we got our rights in 65, which they trying to take out because they saying it's not there, but only ignorance think that. We're literally the first. Okay, so our parents and our grandparents and our great-grandparents were trying to live through all that and live life. Nobody was talking about this, and that. But as I remember, yeah, the little bits of things and spirituality and all that stuff, they were doing it. And if you pay attention, you pick up on that stuff. But with people that can see, yeah, I don't think her mind is strong enough.
Yeah.
But you have to do the shadow work.
Yeah.
And if you don't do shadow work, which is looking in the mirror and acknowledging our faults, then you lost to it. And you can't force anybody. They have to be the ones to make that jump and that leap of faith. You know, so
yeah,
that was good. That was good. Oh my God, I want to be your level of chill.
Okay, girl.
Your level of chill. What you do is you do what makes you feel good and what makes you happy.
You know what I'm saying? Like all I can do is be me. That's my brand, authentic.
Because I know we were supposed to. Okay, let's get on this thing about being a virgin, an older virgin.
An older virgin.
An older virgin. Yeah, because for some reason, based off of the comments that I happen to look, because you know I don't look at no comments on nothing. I don't even answer y'all texts and voicemails and stuff. So when I do scroll and look, and I'll be like, you know what? Some of the comments are like they were in shock. Like they literally were in shock. Like, no, that's not true. You know, she lying somewhere.
Yeah.
And what makes me upset is when women do that. Like, I'm a girl's girl or a woman's woman. There is no way You can get me to shame a woman on her size, her age, what she wears, promiscuity or not. So when I see women shaming other women,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say that I get mad. It makes me think you're on a different mental level.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're still that immature mindset. So I don't even too much acknowledge any of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the men just irritate me
Girl.
because you sit here and will talk. You don't want a woman that's been with any and everybody. But then when you actually see that there are women that haven't, then you want to shame them as if
Because
you're a
they married
trash
can't have
person.
them.
Yeah. Like you not like you're not the prize. And it's like, okay, at this point, y'all just playing, y'all trolling, whatever that is. Y'all just are not happy with yourself that you
Mm-hmm.
feel insulting or degrading others
Mm-hmm.
makes you feel good, which tells me you don't have real love in your life. Nobody likes you, and you're a
Right?
facing killer.
Not nobody
You
likes you.
know? Yeah. So it confuses me. It's like you're not even the person I would look at. And how has it been for you? I mean, I'll go into how it was for me because I don't give a shit. But
Mm-hmm.
how was it for you?
Well,
And
like it's just like being like choosing to be like a older virgin kind of thing.
is it choosing?
It's
Is
very
it
much
choosing or is it okay?
very much
Okay,
choosing
yeah,
because sex is the easiest thing to do with any and
yeah.
everything that you want. Like these dudes is like not hard at all.
If we wanted to have sex, we have sex. Men,
Right,
on the other hand,
right, that part. For me, like I think it started off like not shameless plug. You know what I'm saying? I got my book out. You know, shameless plug,
mm,
and I go into details of why I'm the way I am. But I think for me, it started off where I can't remember who told me this or not, but you know, like I also said in interviews, I heard
hmm,
somebody say that if you have sex before marriage, you're going to hell. And for a
I
long time,
remember. Yeah.
with me, for a long time, that stuck with me. You know, when I got into my adulthood, I realized that that's not entirely true. You
Hmm.
know, I do think that it's like soul ties, and being a woman, I think women go crazy more than men do because we have that empathic connection. And when we
What
soul
do you
tie,
mean go crazy?
like I mean, you know how like if you know the girls are emotional, more emotional, like as far as like that connection, like if we give ourselves to a man and we fall in love with them, and then they
Mm,
don't treat us
mm,
right, start slashing tires and hanging on people's cars and like
mm.
doing all
Yeah,
that. I
because
think that
women, if we're with you, we're
with
assuming we're gonna be together.
right, you know,
Is what
and
it
so
is. We're not just
a
trying to
man
be
is
promiscuous.
and a man is the one that be messing up, can be with multiple people and not have no emotion as far as sex wise.
Yeah,
Like I feel men are more emotional overall, you know,
yeah,
but
yeah,
as
yeah.
far as like that connection, we a deeper connection we have. So after I got into adulthood, and you know, all my friends around me, they was doing it and this and that. And so I wanted to, I was dealing with Andrew at the time, and what I
Hmm.
thought was something that happened didn't happen. Um,
Hmm.
thank God for that.
Yeah.
But it's like throughout my whole life I had experiences just skimming the surface. You know what I'm saying? I had the experience without the experience, if you know what I'm saying. Like I dealt with Andrew and that heartbreak. Let me take it back. I dealt with my ex-husband in that heartbreak.
Hmm.
And, so I without actually going through the process, I dealt with the process, you know.
Okay.
And so I feel like it's another being, another entity, another thing that's protecting me and saying like, okay, well, here's the experience without sacrificing yourself, but also to have share with other people that may be going through something. Like I don't know what my story is about. I
Hmm.
don't know why I had to go through what I went through as far as like dealing with men my whole life.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I feel. that maybe like, because I went to the psychic. Remember, we went to that psychic reading, and the
Mm-hmm.
guy was telling me, she was like, your bloodline is leadership, and I think you said you heard that too when you went somewhere, like it's something
Mm-hmm.
authoritative. That was the word he used, authoritative, and a lot of people will listen to you. Um, that's what like he said something along them lines. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know what my purpose is, anything like that, as to why I have to go through what I went through dealing with
Mm-hmm.
guys that way. And I don't want to be a man hater. I really don't, because I think men are beautiful. They're just like not good people to me.
Mm-hmm.
Experience. I'm attracted to them, but as far as like dealing with them, I can't, because I'm just like, I like to do stuff my own way. I felt the feeling of being stuck, and I can't imagine going through that feeling again. Um, I just don't understand. I just don't know. But all I can do is go every day, and it's like I want to experience that, but I don't have to experience that because I know that will come with it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know, Jessica. I don't know. I just right now I'm just living day by day. I don't know what my story is. I don't know why it happened that way. I don't know why I got to go through what I go through, what I went through. But
Do you think you put too much thought into it?
I think I do put a lot of thought into it, Jessica, because like if I be giving myself to somebody, I want them to be obsessed with me. I want them to love me. I want them to know who I am as a person. I want them to be able to. I want to be able to say that that person deserved it. I don't want to just hook up with somebody and be like, I just did it just because I want to see what it felt like. I don't want that. You know,
Yeah.
even though it's a possibility and there's nothing wrong with that, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying it is, because if you want to experience something, you should be able to experience it in a safe and consensual way.
Yeah.
But for me, and the way my waters run deep, because I'm a Scorpio and we are deep water signs, and so we're deep in emotion, and I am an emotional person, I need an emotional connection, honey, because I cry.
I could not. Oh my God.
I
I could
cry. You know,
see.
I cry.
I believe you will find that person. It will be older. It will be really so silly.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you will find that person. You probably may have to, it'd probably be maybe in a few years. That should give you some time to work on your confidence and just being and just
Mm-hmm.
being. If you're just being, that person will find you. Like for me, like you said in the beginning, it was stuck in our head that okay, sex was only for marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something that did for me, it wasn't a thought. I never thought thought I would ever be married just because of how I am. And y'all know how I am. I
Mm-hmm.
am a Capricorn through and through.
Girl.
January Capricorn. I don't know the astrologies and signs like that, but when I see things about, the Capricorn, it is me.
Mm-hmm.
I got to have my stuff together. And if I don't have it together, I'm not trying to bring nobody else into it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was younger, I so badly wanted to fit in with my friends. Now, I love my friends to death, and
Mm-hmm.
they themselves have access to the spirit worlds in their
Mm-hmm.
own way. I never had I don't want to say immature mind. I never had a childlike mind. How I am now is how I've always been, like elementary school and all of that stuff. I could not relate to kids my age because to me, they just seem too immature.
Girl, you're so
And
funny.
so being young, I was always in the books. When we had downtime in school, I could not just sit in the classroom. My teachers would send me to the library to do book reports and to research. That was what I had to do. I had to literally do full on book reports in elementary school
Wow.
and my reading was advanced, like literally third grade reading adult books.
Wow.
And so you would have thought that, okay, I would probably have been promiscuous. But in watching people in school, you know how you have to, oh, well, that's my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought about having a boyfriend. I always thought a guy was cute, so I would be like, oh, he's so cute. I would never think to be like, okay, that could be my boyfriend, because I would see them going with each other and then they would break up and then they would go with either the friend or whatever acquainted. So it was a back and forth. And I would see that they would talk about each other and they would have fights in school. I didn't like the community participation of
Girl.
having boyfriend and girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it seemed like to me.
Everybody was
And
the same person.
yeah, everybody had like the same boyfriend or girlfriend and stuff. And to me, that was gross. It was like, what are y'all doing? First of all, you don't have no job. You don't have no money. You can't go nowhere. What are you being boyfriend and girlfriend for? What are you doing?
Right.
Where you can't say, okay, I just like this. So my mindset was never immature. And so when you get into high school, it's like, okay, well, I like this person. You would tell, you tell your friend you like this. But if I ever found out my friend was with the person I liked, oh, that's a complete no.
Yeah.
Now I don't have no feelings for this guy because my mind is still, I've read adult books and stuff. So I knew what adults did. I couldn't in my mind comprehend that kids in middle school and high school was doing the adult stuff. Because what we're doing, when we had our periods in high school, middle school, high school, I knew that if you were intimate, you can get a baby. And it didn't make any sense to me, the whole boyfriend and girlfriend thing. If y'all do have sex in school, that you would get pregnant. Y'all don't got no jobs.
Girl.
Who's gonna take care of the kids? Where you get money from? So
Hey,
it never equated in high school, boyfriend and girlfriend. Because what are you gonna do? I can talk to you in school and you can call me and that be it. Where we need to go, you ain't got no car, I don't have no car. So where we going? That was my mind frame. So my friends, they're going to prom. I never went to prom, never danced because I can't interact with people like that. I have anxiety too much and overstimulation. I get overstimulated quickly. So I can't be in crowded situations. So my friends understand that, okay, don't invite Jess anywhere because she can't. She not going to be, and then I don't want them to invite me and knowing I'm going to be party pooper. So as high school ended, and I'm seeing everybody, with boyfriends and, able to, I felt some type of way. I always felt like I was defective or whatever.
Yeah.
Then I was heavy, big, because we big girl.
Linebacker.
Huh?
Linebacker. Okay.
But I was the tallest and biggest girl in school, but if I could knock on wood, I would. I was never bullied or whatever because everybody knew me as, oh, well, she's the tall, big, nice girl. I was a nice girl, but there's something, I guess, underneath. They see that I will literally push your ass completely up if you try to. The one girl that tried to check me, she thought she won't get me. And I stood, and like you said, a linebacker, like a wall. I took her out. She trying to, and she looked at me, and I looked back like,
okay, do we have a problem?
Yeah, do we have a problem? And then one time in high school, I'm walking with the popular guy, just because he was in my class and friends. It's no, I don't think like that. I don't think like, oh, he's walking with me. I don't think like that. You in my class, we need to walk out, and we happen to just walk out together. And one guy started to say something, and he was like, no, not her.
Wow.
So they respected me in school. And I appreciated that. So
I think I know who you're talking about. What's his name? Naldo, whatever his name is. Because
no, he's one too. He was
the one that tried to mess with me as soon as I got into high school and I was wearing these jeans. And he's trying to say that my coochie print was in the front because the jeans was kind of tight. And he was trying to joke on me. And they talking about, oh, that's Jessie's sister. Leave her alone. I said, y'all motherfuckers. His ass was the Ronaldo, whatever his name is. I know that motherfucker.
No, it wasn't him, but I know I love him. He was good and hilarious. He was good and hilarious. But no, I know who you're talking about. No, it was somebody else. And like the way I carry myself, I'm a welcoming person. I'll hug you, do it all that stuff, but don't try to please because I don't do anything to you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I appreciate that. Whatever it is y'all see or anybody seeing me, please tell me or whatever it is. I know what it is. I know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
The
okay. And I
ancestors,
thank
honey.
God every day. Huh?
It's the ancestors say, nah, not this
Yeah,
one,
extremely.
baby.
And
Shit, don't play
so,
about
but
us.
when I got out of high school, big and heavy, plus size, I was like, okay, nobody's approaching me.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I wasn't ugly. And so then that's when the weight loss surgery. I did the weight loss surgery. Yeah, it messed me up now, but I don't regret it because when I lost all that weight,
Mm-hmm.
walking around 5'9",
Mm.
size 86,
Mm.
was the most terrifying experience in my life. And I will never in my life ever want to be small again. Just how healthy is what I am.
Mm.
Because even when I lost all that weight, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't change who I was. I
Yeah.
still didn't date. Now, mind you, I've never dated, never had to date. And during that time, I had, met my husband when I was 20. I didn't think anything of it, but I was big at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Big at that time. And he would just sit and talk to me and all that stuff. And somebody had to tell me he was interested in me. But I had already saw him and was paying attention to him because the vision that was shown to me was like years before, but I only saw the back part. And the way he stood and carried himself was that from how his hair was, like what I was shown was, I don't know if you've seen the picture of him when he's in the wedding with
Mm-hmm.
his brothers, that hair and how his
Girl.
hair was, him facing the back. That's what was shown to me.
Mm.
So since I don't pay attention to things, it had to be brought to my attention that he was interested in me. And so when it was, I paid attention to certain things to realize, okay, that's what it was. But before then, I was comfortable talking to him. And we had been talking comfortably. He was talking to me, trying to know me.
Mm-hmm.
Turmoil was happening in our lives. His mom was very sick and was dying. And then mommy and daddy was going through what they were going through. So we didn't end up being together. 10 years had passed. And during this time is when I had the weight loss surgery, lost all my weight, looking fine as hell. But I still didn't date at all because I knew that was going to be my husband. When 10 years passed and we came back together, when I was 31, that's when I lost my virginity.
I remember that night.
Y'all was horrible. When I tell you, y'all was
That was your middle sister.
horrible.
That was your middle sister starting shit. That was your middle sister, okay? Her ass.
Y'all literally disappointed me so bad, Rhasha.
That was
Y'all
not us, just
disappointed me
that
so
was
bad
your
because
middle
I'm
sister.
like,
She constructed all that shit.
Y'all literally was tripping on me so bad because I talked about him to you, but I didn't talk about him to nobody else. But y'all, because it's me, y'all know I don't do anything. What everybody was assuming I was gonna be a cat dog lady my whole life. Even my friends, I didn't talk to this. They was shocked as fuck. But so I've never had to go through that experience of dating. My first hold, my first kiss, my first everything is with my husband. And so we got 28 years.
Already 28 years?
No, from when.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, God damn.
We met when I was 20, he was 25, and he has been my love for 28 years. We've been married 16. Yeah. So, I mean, it wasn't no proposal. It wasn't no dating. It was, okay, yeah, we get married. I'm married, and that's it. And
girl, I remember you talking about something. He coming to my house, and we gonna do this right here. And I told Mom, I said, Mommy, your daughter over there being nasty. And she said, what? And I said, yeah, she coming over there. She said, tonight's the night. And I said, Mommy was like, what?
I did?
Yes, Jessica. And I told mother.
Why is you remembering stuff I'm not?
Because your ass is Jesse, you goofy Jesse. Your ass your ass is so freaking whimsy. Like you just be doing shit. You like man mother in that aspect. Y'all be doing shit.
No, I know for a fact, gosh, I'm worse than mommy. I didn't
Yes,
ever think I would be, but I'm mommy on 1,000, child.
that's
Everybody
crazy
getting cussed
work.
out.
You showed girl, you said that I showed it. I said, man, must she got that boy coming over there and she said the night she finna do something. Yo, she doing something she ain't
I
supposed to.
don't remember it like that. I
Girl, you
don't.
so did tell
All
me.
I know is y'all hurt my feelings like real bad. I
Mm.
said, I'm gonna kick his.
Girl, that's your middle sister, Jessica. That's your middle sister starting that shit. She started all that shit, Jessica, hating real bad. Jealous ass.
Don't
Mm.
do that. We all got our shit, but
And you sitting in the kitchen and the table talking about something. Don't make me
the
choose. I
child,
said,
please
this
shut up.
bitch. I
I,
said this.
you're not gonna put that on me. You're
I
not gonna
said
put
this
that.
bitch. Just you sure did. Your ass dramatic ass. Yo, that right there was a hallmark moment. You said,
Gosh,
"Don't make me
I wish
choose."
that was on videotape because you guys, I
Jessica,
really,
you
I,
did, Jesse. You said that shit. I said, "No, she's not." I said,
you
"This is
said,
not
don't make me choose.
okay." That Jessica. I said, "Oh
I
hell
just
no." I said,
sit
"No."
up.
I said she must have been watching some Hallmark or she just being extra sensitive. Maybe her period came. Well, I don't know, but you sure did, Jesse. Girl,
But
that
that
shit was
that
funny.
was it was traumatic for me. That whole change was traumatic
I
because
think we don't
I
do
don't
good with change.
we
I think
don't at
that's
all.
one of the things too. We just don't do
And
good
that's
with
what I
change.
say every day. I said I love my husband. So if I tell you I'm gonna stick beside, I'm gonna stick
Girl,
beside him because no other man would do what he did to make sure that I was okay. I wish that for every woman, for every man. I really do. And it's not anything complicated. It's like we literally are just ourselves, and people think you have to change who you are. If you have to change who you are for a person, why? That's supposed to be your partner for life till death do you part. What do you
mm,
mean you can't talk about this? What do you mean? If he said, the only thing that aggravates is his nose is sensitive and he can only smell vanilla and I can't stand vanilla, smell like skin. I don't like to smell like skin. And the
ah,
perfume that I wear, he can't smell it. That aggravates me because I'm walking around smelling like skin.
girl, not
But
skin.
I have to respect that. I can do that. But it's no, I don't like this, I don't like that. Or it's none of that. We don't try to change who we are. You have to accept. If you can accept your partner for who they are, don't make them miserable because you want somebody in your life. But no, I was a virgin until I was 31 years old.
Girl.
Mind you, I met my husband when I was 20.
Mm, mm, mm.
Okay. So I mean it is like because when I lost all that weight, I thought, okay, well maybe it's because I'm fat that the
Mm,
guys aren't girl, the guys are horrible. I
mm-hmm.
feel like I can defend myself being a little bit overweight. I don't know
Yeah.
how many women go through life. I really don't. I don't.
I think that women should take on jujitsu or some kind of something to protect
Something,
themselves or something
something.
because it's crazy out here.
You shouldn't have to fear walking around. Like you
Right.
cannot pay me $1 million to go back to size 8. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm-mm.
Because I felt like I couldn't defend myself. There was the don't respect your boundaries
Mm-mm.
and will sit and tell you everything. Girl, I was literally on the phone when Eric had called me lunch walking, and two of these guys made a derogatory comment. I had to ask him what they meant.
Mm.
And he told me what they meant. He was like, oh, I'd like to be under your desk. And I'm thinking in my mind, my 30-year-old ass thinking, why would you want to be under my fucking desk?
Mm.
And he told me while we was on the phone because I was walking past and they said that. And I told him that I'm like, what are you talking about? And he told me what I said, you know what? But I
What does
don't,
that mean? Like just like under there, like sniffing your coochie ear under the desk or something?
or doing.
Oh, like eating out. Oh,
Rhasha, I said, you know what? I need to hurry up and put this weight.
girl.
No,
Mm-mm-mm.
I can't do it. But that's how my mind thinks. I didn't take it as a compliment. I didn't think I was or whatever, because I'm a logical thinker. Innuendos like that go over my head,
Mm-hmm.
so it may seem naive to some, but it's like what it is. I just be existing through life. I just be existing. I just wish people didn't demonize people who they feel are different in a negative way. And it's not that, like, the comments that people were saying, okay, it must be something wrong with you. It really upset me because it's like, all right, y'all are just over here sleeping with any and anybody because you can't find. It's like this back and forth, and it's almost like this back and forth is among immature minded people, or
Mm-hmm.
like you said, NPC type
Yeah.
people. Like that's how it's supposed to be. Like nobody
Yeah.
is thinking outside the box and get
Mm-hmm.
upset when people who do think outside the box
Mm-hmm.
something different. I don't know. I can't explain things. I can't put things in a way that people will understand. But it is what it is. But
Yeah.
and then they feel like, okay, when you get into this age like 40, that nobody's going to want you. There are plenty of men out there.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people be saying too. Like, I feel like I don't feel like my time is like
Your
I feel
time
like
is
it's
done.
probably going to be harder for me to find somebody. That's how I feel. It's going to harder
But
for me
see,
to
then
find
again, why would it be harder? There are
because
plenty of people out there in your age group, so it shouldn't be harder. The
because
thing
I
is
think people
finding
my age are
somebody.
already married. There's not really any single people my age really too much, and like I'm getting these bags
Do
under my
you
eyes.
think yourself is ugly?
I mean, I think I'm not the best looking, but I think I'm average.
You would think everybody has matured, everybody has seasoned. Uh, 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 they want just calmness. People focus so much on the outside and not focusing up what's in the mind and in the heart. And then you're missing out on your person because you're
But that's
worried
how
about the
that's how
physical.
guys think. Guys look at me and they think, okay, I'm older now, and I see the
But then
older.
that's not the guy. That's not a guy for you.
Mm.
Go and look at the one that's over there in the library, in the bookstore, or the one in passing when you in the grocery store that may say, "Hey, you dropped this here." Hey, okay, dude, you look nice. You can compliment a guy.
There's this guy
Sometimes.
that the guy that came into the club last night. He's a new guy, and he
Mhm.
was wearing a gray suit. And I was like, okay, Mr. Gray. And I said, and I was walking out, and I was like, oh, you new here? He said, yeah, I've been here a couple of weeks or whatever. He was tall, he's cute looking. I said, yeah, I'm gonna talk. We made eye contact, and I said, yeah, he gonna spank
Yeah,
me.
sometimes that's all it is. Guys don't have to be the only ones to make the first move. Women can. The cashier at Wawa, he had to have been like maybe in his 20s, but he had a set of lashes on him, nice chocolate skin. I said, you look good. He said,
Mm.
thank you, ma'am. I said, you got a
Oh,
biggest smile on his face.
oh.
If you don't say it and trying to be.
Mm-hmm.
And appreciate a good compliment. There are a lot
Yeah.
of women to make the first move.
Mm.
Just an icebreaker. You can do that. See, I can't imagine going around not being able to,
Mm-hmm.
express it. Like I don't have that feeling or that nervousness. I never did. And I think that's just being not typical.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way I can explain it because if you see somebody and somebody look good, whether it's man or woman, you
Mm-hmm.
should be able to say, "Hey, I like that shirt. You look nice in it."
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
To a woman, like I had to tell this Indian woman, she's a dark-skinned Indian woman. Like I know how the Indian culture themselves feel about dark-skinned people.
Right.
She
Which
was
I
a
don't understand.
dark-skinned Indian girl. Her hair was thick. It wasn't like the wavy. It thick or whatever. I
Mm-hmm.
said, talking to mom, I said, "Oh, you look good." She looked shocked that I said that. She literally turned to look behind to see if anybody was behind her. I'm talking to you.
Mm.
It's okay to compliment people. You will be surprised, and I guarantee you, if you compliment the guy that you see, that may
Mm-hmm.
even start a conversation that you want.
Yeah. Hey, Jesse, hold on 2 seconds. Miss Rochelle and Mommy want me to weigh in because we're starting a challenge. Oh, I'm coming, y'all. Huh? Oh, hold on. Girl, why I'm sitting like this? Why my stomach? Girl.
That's you. That's you, my dog.
Girl.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Girl.
Own it. Great.
Child.
Okay, so then basically we're going to ask anybody if anybody has any questions or topics that they think we should discuss, leave them down in the comments.
If you want to join, let us know. Have other opinions. Becca's crazy. My baby crazy, Jesse. My baby crazy.
Beck. Yeah, she is, child.
Honey.
Autism is at an all-time high.
Crazy.
Yeah, this conversation I think is good, but still I think it would be interesting if it would be, because it's hard to concentrate trying to ask questions or say things on my own. It'd be good to hear other people's opinions on the topic, and even everybody. But please let it be some freaking.
Yes, if you feel inclined to join our conversation, definitely send us an email, and we can. And with the topic you feel you want to talk or discuss about, and then we can see what the good days, good to add you on. So,
and then I need the spiritual girlies and dudes,
the witches to come forth.
Because when fall get here, oh my God.
Okay.
I cannot wait. I just feel like, I would love to communicate with other people who and get some of the knowledge they have.
Yeah.
So, but I enjoyed this conversation and this talk. Make it work.
Okay.
And you'll be the one looking at the comments because I don't.
Okay. So if you have any conversations or anything you want to talk about with us or join us, go ahead and drop a comment below and send us a message, and we will get back to you and give us a topic name. And we can have a discussion and add you in. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. We're trying. Eventually, one day, we'll stay focused on the topic and do all that.
Right.
But I kind of like the free flow, the free fall kind of conversation, the meshing of it. All right. Well, talk to you later then.
Okay. Talk to you in 2 hours.
Bye.